What's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. Fire content only. Here today, bringing the heat for the football guys. And hey, make sure you check out the website, footballguys.com. Become a subscriber today. Elite content over there you do not want to miss out. And of course, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment below on what you guys think about the episode. I have a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Cam Akers and why I believe he's buyer beware. It's kind of like hands off for me personally. Obviously, I'm a Rams fan, so I hate talking bad about my guys, but I like to look at things as a reality when it comes to these fantasy drafts. So let's get right into it, man. I mean, Cam Akers, a lot of people fell in love with the story of him coming back from his injury to Achilles tear, which is great. Not a lot of guys will be able to come back and be game time ready, but a lot of people fell in love with the story, which is kind of why a lot of people are drafting him a little too high for my taste. Now, he really didn't do anything too crazy. A lot of things that popped off the paper for me was his 2.6 yards per carry in the playoffs. That's something that didn't tell me or indicate that, he's going to this next season to be the guy, to be somebody that has a huge fantasy upside that's going to make an impact. Now, I definitely feel as though you need to be buyer beware here because a lot of guys like Darrell Henderson's going a little bit later. And then you have to also put in the factor that a lot of people are chasing this PPR upside for Cam Akers, which really doesn't exist. It's really not his role to have because Darrell Henderson has been that guy for the PPR upside that you need to be chasing. Now, we look at 2020 when both these guys were healthy. The PPR upside we're looking at is really Darrell Henderson with 24 targets and Cam Akers with 14 targets. And just to throw Malcolm Brown in there, when he was there, he actually led the running backs in targets. He had 33 targets out of that backfield. So like I said, we're chasing a PPR upside for Cam Akers. That's not really his role. So then you flip it to where the Rams are a high-power offense. They're constantly going to be in scoring opportunity, which is very true. But if we look at 2020, that red zone duty was split right in half between Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson had 32 rushing attempts in the red zone. Then we look at Cam Akers with his 31 rushing attempts. Like I said, split right down the middle. So, yeah, the Rams are constantly going to be in scoring opportunity, but you don't know who that guy's going to be in that situation. You know what I mean? I mean, Darrell Henderson could be banged up. Cam Akers goes in. Cam Akers could be banged up. Darrell Henderson goes in. That's something that you don't want to deal with when you're dealing with your week to week, with a guy that you're drafting in the 4th, 5th, 6th round and whatever round. I feel as though that's a little too high, too expensive for my taste. So where I'm going at, it's buyer beware. If you're going to be buying a Cam Akers, you need to be handcuffing Darrell Henderson. But a lot of people don't like that running back handcuff strategy. So for me, I ultimately say fade the position as a whole for the Rams. So we're even looking at, going into where, the Rams come out of the draft with a Kyren Williams. Now, Kyren Williams is such a great back, man. He's shifty. He has that all around, home run ability when he's in open space, catching passes out of the backfield at any point. And he's also great at pass protection, which is a great quality for a running back to keep him on the field. So with Cam Akers possibly being a lead back, he's limited in so many roles. The PPR upside, the red zone duty. It's a lot of red flags for me to be drafting a Cam Akers as high as he's going in draft. So like I said, it's guys that you're looking at like Kyren Williams, who's only one injury away from going into rotation into this 1-2 punch that Sean McVay's desperately been trying to fill. Like I said, Darrell Henderson, he could possibly be the red zone guy. Cam Akers could possibly be the red zone guy. But ultimately, looking at all for all these snaps, Kyren Williams is one injury away to be in rotation to where, Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers don't have the best injury history. So like I said, buyer beware. I'd rather wait my very, very last pick to get a Kyren Williams, to risk it all, with a Darrell Henderson or even a Cam Akers with their injury history and possibly limited roles. They're hurting each other in this situation. So for me, in my opinion, it's either I would fade the Rams running back position as a whole, or I will wait to the very, very last pick to get a Kyren Williams, who's one injury away to be in rotation. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys got some information that will help you in your fantasy drafts that are coming up. It's finally redraft season, people. So happy redraft season. And I'm so happy to be back producing content for the football guys. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for another great episode. Peace.